Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be trying to recreate one of my favorite icons, Angelina Jolie. So this is for my Halloween costume. I'm going to go as Tomb Raider. So I figured I had the perfect braid for it, so I might as well use it. So let's get started. Okay, so this is the look that I am interested in recreating. So I have done some of these looks in the past where I've tried to kind of look like somebody, but I haven't done them in a while, so we will see how it goes. But I think that I have some of the bone structure to make this kind of start to work a little bit. I'm obviously trying a new setup, so you can let me know if this is any better. Hopefully the lighting here is better. I like to film at night, so I have to try to figure out ways to make sure that I have enough light to do that. But then it means that the light is more consistent also, which is good. I like to say that I'm gonna go as a reverse Tomb Raider, like I'm gonna be going like cat thieving in museums to return artifacts to where they're from. That feels like the appropriate version of Tomb Raider. I did used to play the games as a kid also, and I really enjoyed them. And then I remember I also had a Barbie, I swear it was like a Barbie Tomb Raider game, and it was basically just a game where you were Barbie and doing all the same like Tomb Raider-y things, but it was like child appropriate, and it was one of my favorite games ever. I loved it. And it kind of makes sense thinking back because in college I got a degree in anthropology. So I guess I was kind of just trying to live out my Barbie Tomb Raider dreams. And that will just continue here today. I don't want to fully block my brows because, to be honest, I haven't done that in a really long time and I don't know how it would go. So I am going to stick with something a little bit less intense, as if this isn't intense. One of the things about these types of looks, especially for Halloween, is that I'm going less for precision in my makeup application and a little bit more in the final overall effect, if that makes sense. Like, I don't need every detail to be totally perfect, as long as when you look at me, you get a sense for who I'm trying to be. That's kind of what I'm trying to focus on here today. So therefore, if I have concealer in my brows, I'm less worried about it. She has a super sharp angle to her brow, which I kind of do, but I'm trying to kind of set my makeup up to help make that even sharper, make it as sharp as possible. She has a very prominent chin, so I want to bring that forward. So her face is definitely a little bit thinner than mine, but she's got a similar square jaw. So I'm going to basically drape this contour where I'm seeing hers, and then use the actual shadows on my face to kind of trace where hers are as well. Part of me is like, what if I just contour this whole area? We just go for it. So she has a lot of shadows here, kind of the bridge of her nose, or where her eyebrow meets her nose. And I obviously have a bump in my nose, which can become really emphasized when I'm contouring it. So I have to be a little bit careful how I contour my nose today. I think I'm gonna go in with a little bit of white highlighter as well, or white eyeshadow as highlighter, rather. So especially here on the eyebrows, on the eyebrows in this picture, really, it's like blue here almost, and it's like she doesn't have any other makeup on. It's so funny. Very 2001. This is kind of what I mean when I say that this is a totally different style of makeup, because right now I'm putting white eyeshadow on my chin. She also has like kind of pronounced like smile lines here. And I think I want to highlight those, but just barely. Makeup is so funny right now. Okay, I'm gonna go in for the eyebrows. This I'm really going to try to arch them up as much as possible. Ooh, I think that looks good actually after buffing it out. Concealer's still doing the work of cleaning up kind of the edges of it, making them look a little bit smaller than they are. I am gonna go in with a little bit of this gray color. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the eyes. They're super simple, so I'm going to just go in with some of this brown color. Pretty much all across the lid. There's like a tiny wing shape, but it's mostly emphasizing how big her eyes are. This thing came with a smudger, which is so nice. For times like right now when I need to smudge it. I was actually thinking the other day about how I do my makeup, and I was remembering that when I was a kid, like probably 12 or 13, I watched Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and I just thought that Angelina Jolie in that movie was the most beautiful woman in the world. And so I remember finding pictures from that movie and then going and trying to recreate her makeup, especially her eye makeup, because that's like all we wore back in the day. And I just thought about that the other day and was like, oh my God, that's so funny. I was like, really? Because that's kind of how I developed my look, where I really only put eyeliner from like my pupil over. And it's because I looked at close-up pictures of her and I was like, it doesn't look like she's wearing any eyeliner, but you can see a tiny bit of like darkness in that, on that side of the eye. So I started doing that when I was like, yeah, I don't know, like in early high school, and kind of just never stopped because I felt like it really worked for my eye shape. So it's super funny that that came from like an old Angelina Jolie recreation that I did many moons ago. Okay, now I'm going to finish this up with a little bit of like a dark bronzer. Smudge, smudge, smudge. Let's do lips and see where it goes. I'm overwhelmed. I don't know what to do with this type of overline. Oh my God, I'm freaking out. Okay. a lot of lip. What am I doing? I think we're close. Bronzer. I think that's part of what I need. Just a little bit more bronzer. Just covering where I put that contour earlier. Oh my god, that's so much better. Okay. Wow, I really went for it here. And I think that I did okay. I think I did okay. It's a look. It's a look. If I can just keep my brow super arched, I think that it looks pretty good. I fixed the lips. They were a little bit too big, I think, but I fixed them to be a little bit more natural looking, and I'm super happy about it. Now for the Tomb Raider hair. The awesome thing about this hairstyle is that it can be pretty messy because she's busy raiding tombs to put stuff back that was stolen. The thing about having really long hair is that when I'm braiding it, this is the point when it becomes really difficult because I have to pull it taut at the bottom away from my head so that it doesn't create weird bumps in the braid, but that's really hard when your hair as it becomes longer and longer. So I'm trying to do that here, but it's actually pretty difficult. Pull up on the end of the hair tie a little bit so that it stays in place. Yeah. Now I'm going to try to recreate her little baby bangs. So she's really got just these like tiny little wisps of a bang. Yes. I mean, it looks kind of crazy, but I also love it. This is like somehow still too much hair. There we go. The world's tiniest pockets. Thrift store find from probably 15 years ago. An amazing hand-me-down from a dance studio clothing swap. More perfect thrift store finds. I love it. This guy I got from Spirit Halloween. These guys are from Spirit Halloween. This is a posture corrector. But it looks very tactical. I'm ready to fight some zombies. I've got to work on my Angelina Jolie face. Was it working? I'm super happy with how this turned out. I can't wait to wear it this weekend. And thank you so much for being guinea pigs with me to see if this even works with the makeup and everything. So super happy. I might smudge some dirt on my face this weekend to really finalize the look. Maybe I should make my lips this big all the time. Who knows? Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!